Chapter 13. As this chapter included topics about health and poisons, I had to end it with these channeled words from spirituality from the stars about poisons. Poisons of the mind or poisons of the body. Where to begin? The mind is our preference. You live in a worldly realm largely based on fear and control by others, whether it be religions or governments or family members or work colleagues. It is very easy to poison your minds, so you have all this bombardment all around you in your daily lives and you feel that there is no escape. You switch on your televisions, you log onto your computers to use your internet, and you read your magazines and your newspapers. You are enveloped by interesting and sometimes useful material, some of it accurate, but which parts are accurate? Which of it is real? What is true? Some of it poisons your minds, and the knock-on effect of this is that some of this poison infecting your minds and your heart centers has tainted your spirit, your souls. You live in your fear-based societies waiting for the next problem to arise and deal with, and that literally saps your strength and energy, and you ask why. You look heavenward and proclaim, what is next? How can I cope? I hope this doesn't happen to me. Your mind is infected and your intelligence tainted, your sanity interrupted. It is all too easy to fall into this trap. Please reignite your intelligence, ask questions to your minds, and speak to that voice within. You may receive an answer if your mind is still and quiet enough, if it is not devoured by the poisons of the information bombarding you. More often than not, these poisons of the mind come from external factors and influences rather than from within, and many of you absorb them like sponges absorb water. Retrain your mindset. Evaluate the information given to you through the speech of others and the broadcasting of information through your media. The truth is out there, but it must be evaluated from within. Poisons are detectable in whatever form and shape they are in. Changing your outlook from a fear-based mentality is a vast challenge for many of you, but it can be done, and once it is done you will see improvements in your daily lives and in your relationships with others also. Do not allow your pure spirits to be tainted by the poisons of the mind. You are valued souls having life experiences in an extremely challenging environment. Do not make your lives harder than they need to be because of mind poisoning. Take information, evaluate it. If it is not right for you, then discard it and move onwards. Poison for the body are just as easily manufactured for you to consume, whereas poisons of the mind are much more subtle. The poisons created for the body are much more recognizable. In spite of this and the information now contained upon your labels claiming the health issues involved upon consumption, many of you choose in blissful ignorance to ignore the information. For some of you it is temporary ignorance. It is your way to deal with a current event, a distasteful situation in your lives. Your body is an amazing living and breathing vehicle, a creation from a power you cannot fully understand or comprehend. A magnificent intelligence. This creation and energy created existence which is perfect. It is design, perfect in its imperfection. It is purely man and his thoughts and subsequent actions that are not perfect. This immaculate creation called the human body has no faults. The only faults that occur are when things wear out and need replacing, or when thoughts of the mind poison and affect the body. This can be down to genetics, wear and tear, misuse, and even karmic reasons. It at times amazes us and saddens us to see the disrespect you have for yourselves and your bodies and the contracts you co-created to come here both for yourselves and the higher source. Some of you treat your bodies with contempt. A few of you cannot bear to look at yourselves in the mirror, at your reflection that stares back at you. Why is this? You are a miracle of creation. You have a vehicle that is amazing. Your best scientists could not begin to create such a being so fantastic and complex and agile. Your brightest scientific minds could not replicate this. Every part of your body is unique and amazing, yet the wanton disregard some of you show for it, and sometimes other people's bodies also. It overwhelms us, but still we do not judge you. You fill them with poisons. You drink to excess to release your inhibitions. You claim to not remember your exploits in this state, but we see it rather as a mindset upon which you do not care rather than you do not remember. You smoke and pollute your fantastic temples of organs designed to enable your life experiences. This slowly secreting poison inside of you, sometimes never leaving your temples, the body, this internal coating of grime being absorbed within. You ingest tablet after tablet, and you are told by your doctors and pharmaceutical companies that it will make you better. Does it make you better or just disguise and mask the issues? Doctors are not gods, although they are seen in that mold by some. They know not everything. It is impossible to know everything. Your medical advances are just that, advancing. There is much still to learn, to uncover. Your pharmaceutical companies are mostly global organizations making vast and incomprehensible wealth that you could not fully envisage. Much of this wealth is generated out of a general public living in a fear-based reality, concerned and worried about feeling ill or being unwell rather than it actually happening. To evaluate this, if you were to find a person that lived their daily lives based upon happiness and freedom without a fear-based thought in their minds, you would more often than not find within their residences hardly a pharmaceutical product that they could orally consume. Their mindset has changed. It is not a requirement within their daily lives. Do you really know what compounds are in those pills you so readily consume in quantity? Ask the questions. Do these vast companies choose morality over money? Your exceptional creations, your vehicles, your bodies, that you purposely choose the details of before you come here to your dimension and incarnate, can be cleansed somewhat by detoxification and purification, but it is not a short-term process or quick fix. It is not a passing fad or New Year's resolution that withers away after a few months. Food in many of its different forms can re-energize your perfect human bodies if you choose the food forms wisely. Vegetables, fruit and herbs have been sourced and created for you wisely and seeded here to enable the existence and plentiful lives of humans and its animals living among you. There is more than enough to go around, but unfortunately it is not distributed evenly or wisely still. The energies and nutrients of plant forms are offered to you as gifts almost. They are aware of their purpose in creation to be able to sustain higher forms of life. They are aware of what they provide for you. They are knowing. They are pure food forms, particularly if free from artificial man-made nutrients and chemicals. They are full of life source for you all to enjoy and appreciate. Not only do they sustain you, but they continue to help in the ongoing battle for some of you in the cause of clearing toxins from your bodies. This in turn helps on an etheric level also. Many of you value your modes of transportation more than you value your own vehicles. You quite correctly put in the correct oil in the correct amounts, the water and the coolants and antifreeze for some of you. You take care to fill up the tank with the correct fuel, which for some of you is relatively inexpensive and for others it has become a luxury. You do not place an unknown poison into your beloved modes of transport, yet you quite happily would consume an alcoholic poison without a second thought. Some of you pay a hefty privilege to do so with your expensive tastes. If you looked after yourselves as well as you look after your forms of transportation, how many of life's solutions could it solve? Let me mention that it is many. Please believe me when I tell you that this is not a judgment, as we are more evolved than to purely judge your actions. These are observations of your lives, and our motive is to help you, fellow beings from Source, and fellow sparks of light.